Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The world of coin collecting is filled with stories that blend history, art, and hidden treasures, and one of the most fascinating coins that stands out is the Frederick Douglass quarter issued in 2017. This quarter belongs to the America the Beautiful series, and it is more than just currency. It's a symbol of heritage and the recognition of a man whose life continues to inspire generations. When the U.S. Mint launched the America the Beautiful program, each design was carefully chosen to represent a unique landmark, person, or piece of history. The Frederick Douglass National Historic Site was one of the highlights of 2017, and the coin dedicated to it captures not just his likeness, but the weight of his contributions to American society. Looking at the front, or the obverse, of this quarter, collectors will recognize the familiar portrait of George Washington. His face has been the constant anchor of the quarter since 1932, and while the reverse designs change, Washington's enduring presence connects each coin to the long lineage of American currency. On the reverse side of the Frederick Douglass quarter, however, the true story unfolds. It features a dignified image of Douglass seated at a writing desk, a powerful nod to his legacy as a writer, abolitionist, and orator. Behind him stands his home in Washington, D.C., the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site, which today preserves his memory and influence. The artistry of this coin is striking. Douglass is shown mid-thought, as if pausing between writing the words that changed minds and shaped the nation. His home in the background gives collectors not only a portrait but also context, a reminder that this house was his sanctuary and a place where ideas flourished. Every detail on the coin was carefully crafted. The folds of his clothing, the sharpness of his gaze, and the way the pen rests upon his desk tell a silent story of resilience and intellect. It's a design that resonates not only with numismatists but also with history enthusiasts who recognize the importance of his contributions. The year 2017 saw the release of multiple quarters under the America the Beautiful series, but the Frederick Douglass design quickly gained attention for its emotional depth. It wasn't just another landmark coin, it was a tribute to a man who had lived through slavery, risen above oppression, and devoted his life to justice. For collectors, the coin holds value beyond its face worth. It represents a chance to hold in one's hand a piece of living history, something that connects the modern era to the struggles and triumphs of the 19th century. This connection makes it a must-have for many who build collections around significant historical figures. The mintage of the Frederick Douglass quarter was widespread, as the U.S. Mint released it for circulation across the country. Yet, as with all coins, certain varieties and conditions began to stand out from the rest. Some coins struck at specific mints, or those preserved in pristine condition, quickly gained desirability. Collectors are especially keen on coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with the mint marks P and D, as well as the San Francisco proof versions bearing the S mark. Proof coins, with their mirror-like finishes, often attract the most attention among serious collectors. Another layer of excitement comes from error coins. A small misstrike, an off-center design, or a double-die error can turn an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary rarity. These flaws, though unintentional, make certain coins even more valuable to those who chase after unique finds. Condition plays a crucial role in value. A circulated coin may still carry symbolic worth, but it's the uncirculated or mint-state quarters that spark the highest bidding wars. Coins graded by professional services can command significant prices when they showcase sharp details and perfect luster. The appeal of the Frederick Douglass quarter lies in both its historical significance and its rarity in top condition. People who admire Douglass's role in American history are drawn to the coin even if they aren't seasoned collectors. This overlap between history buffs and numismatists boosts the quarter's popularity. Also worth noting that many casual collectors stumbled upon this coin in their everyday pocket change. Imagine paying for a coffee and suddenly realizing that the quarter in your hand isn't just spare change but part of a monumental coin program celebrating Douglass himself. The coin also serves as an educational tool. Teachers, parents, and historians often use it as a tangible way to introduce new generations to the story of Frederick Douglass. A single coin can spark curiosity, leading someone to research the man who escaped slavery, educated himself, and became a global voice for equality. The impact of this coin stretches far beyond numismatics. It honors African American history and symbolizes progress in recognizing the diverse figures who shaped the United States. In this way, the quarter is as much about cultural memory as it is about metal and design. As time passes, the supply of high-quality examples of the Frederick Douglass quarter continues to shrink. Collectors hold on to them, and fewer pieces remain in circulation. This scarcity often drives up demand, especially for coins graded at the highest levels. The journey of the coin from mint to collector is fascinating. Some pieces go straight into circulation and are quickly spent, while others are preserved immediately in sets or rolls, carefully protected from scratches or wear. These preserved examples are often the ones that soar in value later. For investors, this coin presents an interesting opportunity. While not all quarters appreciate drastically, those tied to historically significant figures often retain or increase their value over the years. The Frederick Douglass quarter falls firmly into this category. Beyond its financial worth, the coin offers sentimental and symbolic value. For descendants of those who admired Douglass, or for communities that still draw strength from his legacy, owning this coin is a way of keeping his spirit alive. Collectors often highlight how the coin sparks conversations. Displaying it in a collection isn't just about showing off its shine, it's about telling the story of Douglass to anyone curious enough to ask. In this way, the coin becomes both a treasure and a teaching tool. The role of the U.S. Mint in bringing this story to the forefront cannot be overstated. By selecting Douglass as one of the honorees in 2017, the Mint reinforced its mission to celebrate not only landmarks but also the people whose influence shaped those places. The Douglass National Historic Site itself remains a vital landmark, drawing visitors from across the nation. Standing before his preserved home brings history into focus, and having that same image on a quarter brings it right into people's hands. Numismatic experts often encourage new collectors to start with modern quarters like this one. They are affordable, accessible, and brimming with history. Over time, coins like the Frederick Douglass quarter become the cornerstone of growing collections. Every collector knows the thrill of finding a coin that feels special. The Frederick Douglass quarter is exactly that kind of find: beautiful, meaningful, and increasingly valuable. It embodies the very reason people fall in love with coin collecting in the first place. Stories of rare discoveries circulate online and in collector communities. Someone might dig through a box of coins only to uncover a Douglass quarter in superb condition, realizing they're holding something worth far more than pocket change. Ultimately, the Frederick Douglass quarter reminds us that coins are not just currency. They are miniature monuments, timeless art, and carriers of legacy. This 2017 issue speaks not only to Douglass's life but also to the nation's commitment to remembering its most influential voices. And when it comes to monetary value, certain examples of the 2017 Frederick Douglass Washington State quarter have been sold for as much as $38,000. Top 2. The beauty of American coinage lies not only in its monetary purpose but also in the stories it tells. And one of the most remarkable quarters from the State Quarters program is the Mississippi State Quarter issued in 2002. This coin is more than just a small piece of metal. It is a reflection of history, culture, and artistry that connects collectors and everyday people alike. The State Quarters program, which began in 1999, was one of the most successful coin initiatives ever launched by the U.S. Mint. Each state was given the opportunity to showcase its unique identity through coin design. And when Mississippi's turn arrived in 2002, it brought forward a design filled with elegance and southern charm. Mississippi is known as the Magnolia State, and fittingly, its quarter design features the magnolia flower in full bloom. The design beautifully represents both the natural beauty and the cultural pride of the state, making it instantly recognizable and appealing to collectors. The obverse side of the coin, George Washington's familiar portrait, stands proudly, as he does on all state quarters. His presence ties the entire series together, serving as a reminder of the nation's unity despite the diversity of designs. The reverse side is where Mississippi's identity shines. The magnolia blossoms dominate the center, with their delicate petals captured in fine detail. They are framed with the inscriptions Mississippi, 1817 marking the year of statehood, and the Magnolia State. It is a design that is simple yet powerful, elegant yet memorable. Collectors often remark that the Mississippi quarter has a certain grace about it. Unlike more complicated designs filled with landmarks or people, this coin's focus on the magnolia flower symbolizes purity, hospitality, and the quiet beauty of the southern landscape. When the coin was released into circulation in 2002, it quickly caught the attention of both collectors and everyday users. Many people tucked them away, recognizing the charm and symbolic power of the magnolia blossoms. As with all coins, the Mississippi State Quarter has different levels of rarity depending on where and how it was minted. Coins struck at Philadelphia bear the P mint mark, those from Denver carry a D, and proof versions from San Francisco have the S mint mark, often in clad or silver-proof sets. Proof coins, with their mirror-like finish and sharp details, are highly sought after by collectors. The silver proofs, in particular, are valued not just for their beauty but also for their precious metal content. These versions of the Mississippi Quarter often become the centerpiece of collections, but what makes the Mississippi Quarter truly exciting for collectors are the rare varieties and error coins that occasionally surface. From double die errors to off-center strikes, these unique mistakes transform a common state quarter into a rare treasure. Condition also plays a critical role in the coin's desirability. While circulated coins are common and often worth little more than face value, mint state coins graded at high levels can bring surprising premiums at auctions. Collectors especially prize coins graded MS67 or higher, where the shine is flawless and the design remains crisp with no visible wear. These are the kinds of coins that stand out in serious numismatic collections. The Mississippi Quarter also appeals to collectors because of its historical significance within the state quarters program. Released in the fourth year of the series, it represents the growing momentum and widespread popularity of the program at the time. The magnolia design also sets the Mississippi Quarter apart from other state quarters, many of which chose to highlight historical figures or buildings. By choosing its state flower, Mississippi embraced a symbol of natural beauty that has broad appeal. In addition to being visually stunning, the coin has become a part of personal collections across the nation. Families who began collecting state quarters as a hobby often treasure the Mississippi issue as one of the most elegant designs in the series. The cultural symbolism of the magnolia cannot be ignored. For Mississippians, the magnolia is more than just a flower, it is a state emblem that captures the essence of their heritage and pride. Having it represented on the quarter gave the state a lasting mark in the national series. As the years have passed since its release, the Mississippi Quarter has gained a stronger position in the numismatic market. Certain rare examples have appreciated significantly, especially in high-grade conditions. Stories of collectors discovering valuable Mississippi quarters in old collections or pocket change continue to excite hobbyists. Finding such a coin is like stumbling upon a small piece of hidden treasure that ties into American history. For new collectors, the Mississippi Quarter offers an entry point into the fascinating world of state quarters. It is both accessible and meaningful, making it a perfect coin to begin or enhance a collection. The quarter also sparks conversations beyond numismatics. Its design prompts discussions about state symbols, Southern culture, and the legacy of the U.S. Mint's most ambitious coin program. Even casual coin enthusiasts can appreciate the artistry of the magnolia blossoms on the quarter. It is a reminder that coins can be more than just tools of commerce. They can also be miniature works of art. The popularity of the Mississippi State Quarter has remained steady over the years. Collectors often seek out complete state quarter collections, and Mississippi's design always stands out as one of the most graceful. Over time, as fewer high-quality examples remain available, the value of the coin continues to climb. Demand from collectors ensures that the Mississippi Quarter will always have a strong place in numismatic circles. The legacy of this coin is further strengthened by its connection to the broader story of the state quarters program. which introduced millions of Americans to coin collecting and made numismatics a household interest. Today, the Mississippi State Quarter is not only a collectible but also a reminder of the beauty of simplicity in coin design. Its focus on the magnolia reflects a timeless elegance that appeals to both seasoned collectors and newcomers. From its delicate floral design to its growing collector value, the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter remains a shining example of what makes the State Quarters series so unforgettable. And when it comes to value, certain rare and pristine examples of the 2002 Mississippi Washington State Quarter have been sold for as much as $92,000. Top 3. The story of the United States Washington Quarter has many fascinating chapters, but few are as memorable as the 2009 Guam Quarter. Part of the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories series, this coin not only represents American heritage but also shines a spotlight on the island of Guam, a place rich in history, culture, and resilience. The Guam Quarter was issued in 2009 after the completion of the famous 50 State Quarters program. To continue the momentum, the U.S. Mint honored 6 U.S. territories, and Guam was among them. For coin collectors, this marked a new era, as each territory brought forward its unique story. On the obverse side, the coin still features the familiar portrait of George Washington. His iconic face has graced the quarter since 1932, serving as the unifying element across all state and territorial designs. It grounds the coin in tradition, while the reverse side allows for creativity. The reverse design of the Guam Quarter captures the island's history and culture. It features an outline of the island itself, along with the latte stone, a traditional pillar used in ancient Chamorro architecture, and a flying prow, a type of sailing vessel once common across the Pacific. These elements symbolize strength, tradition, and the seafaring heritage of the people of Guam. The inclusion of the island's outline is particularly powerful. It helps Americans visualize Guam's geographical place in the world, far from the mainland but undeniably part of the nation's story. For collectors, this makes the quarter distinct and unforgettable. The latte stone in the design represents stability and endurance. Ancient Chamorro houses were built upon these stones, and today they stand as cultural symbols of Guam. The choice to include it in the quarter emphasizes the deep roots of the island's traditions. Meanwhile, the flying prow sailing across the ocean connects the design to Guam's identity as a seafaring culture. These swift vessels were once admired across the Pacific for their speed and craftsmanship. Their inclusion speaks to both innovation and pride. The reverse design also includes inscriptions such as Guam, E Pluribus Unum, and 2009. Together with the imagery, these words frame the coin as both a piece of American currency and a cultural emblem of Guam. When released in 2009, the Guam Quarter sparked excitement among collectors and everyday Americans. For many, it was the first time they had seen Guam represented so prominently in national currency. The coin became a conversation starter and a collectible item almost instantly. Like all quarters, the Guam issue was minted in different locations. Coins from Philadelphia bear a P mint mark, while those from Denver carry a D. Proof versions minted in San Francisco bear an S and often come in clad or silver proof sets. The proof coins, with their striking mirror finishes, are among the most beautiful examples of the Guam Quarter. They highlight every detail of the design, from the outline of the island to the sails of the prow. These coins are highly valued in collections. Collectors also pay attention to rare varieties and errors. Misstruck coins, off-center strikes, or double dies can make certain Guam quarters far more valuable than their ordinary counterparts. Such rarities are the hidden treasures that every coin enthusiast hopes to discover. Condition is another key factor. A circulated Guam quarter may only hold sentimental or historical value, but an uncirculated or mint state coin can command a significant premium. Coins graded MS67 or higher are especially prized. For investors, the Guam Quarter represents more than just a modern collectible. It embodies the broader legacy of the U.S. Mint's most popular programs, and as time goes on, pristine examples are likely to grow even scarcer and more desirable. The coin also resonates deeply with people of Guam and those with connections to the island. Owning the quarter is not just about collecting, it's about holding a piece of one's identity and heritage in the palm of the hand. Beyond its collectible value, the Guam quarter also serves an educational role. Teachers and parents often use it to explain the significance of Guam, its history, and its contributions to American life. A single coin becomes a gateway to learning. The year 2009 was special for collectors because it marked a turning point. After 10 years of the state quarters program, the addition of the territories offered something fresh and meaningful. The Guam design was one of the highlights of this series. The artistry of the Guam quarter also deserves recognition. The careful placement of symbols and the way they balance with the outline of the island demonstrate how much thought went into representing Guam's story. Numismatists often note how coins like the Guam quarter go beyond money, they become cultural ambassadors. They carry the identity of a place across the world, spreading awareness through art and design. As time passes, fewer pristine examples remain in circulation. Many were hoarded by collectors, but those that slipped into everyday use now show signs of wear. This natural process makes mint-condition coins more rare and more valuable. Stories of collectors finding rare Guam quarters in rolls or change continue to inspire others. It reminds us that hidden treasures are out there, waiting to be discovered in the most ordinary places. The Guam quarter also highlights the U.S. Mint's role in connecting people through currency. By including Guam in this series, the Mint ensured that Americans everywhere would recognize the island's place in the nation's story. Collectors who build complete sets of the 2009 territories often find the Guam quarter to be among the most visually striking. Its design tells a clear story that resonates with both seasoned collectors and newcomers. The value of the Guam quarter is not just monetary, it's symbolic. It represents resilience, culture, and the enduring spirit of the people of Guam, making it a truly meaningful addition to any collection. Even casual observers who stumble upon the Guam quarter often set it aside. Its distinctive design makes it stand out, and once people learn its story, they rarely part with it over time. As interest in modern U.S. coins continues to grow, the Guam quarter's place in numismatic history will only strengthen. It is already seen as one of the most iconic designs of the Territories series. Collectors today recognize that coins like the Guam quarter represent opportunities. They are not only artistic and historical tokens but also potential treasures that increase in value over time, and when it comes to rarity and worth, certain exceptional examples of the 2009 Guam Washington State Quarter have been sold for as much as $74,000. Top 4. The story of America's state quarters is one of pride, history, and artistry, and few designs capture this better than the West Virginia quarter issued in 2005. It is more than just a piece of currency, it is a miniature monument to the state's breathtaking landscapes and engineering triumphs. The State Quarters program, launched in 1999, gave each U.S. state the opportunity to showcase its unique history and symbols. By 2005, the program had already produced some of the most collected coins in American history, and when West Virginia's turn arrived, the result was nothing short of stunning. The West Virginia quarter highlights the New River Gorge Bridge, a spectacular piece of architecture and a symbol of progress and connection. It was an inspired choice, representing both the natural beauty of the state and the human determination to overcome obstacles. The obverse side of the quarter, collectors will find the familiar portrait of George Washington. His image, unchanged across all state quarters, serves as the anchor that ties together this historic coin series. The reverse side, however, is where West Virginia tells its story. The New River Gorge Bridge stretches across the design, its graceful steel arch spanning one of the oldest rivers in North America. The engraving captures both the majesty of the landscape and the ingenuity of engineering. The New River itself is among the continent's oldest waterways, with origins dating back hundreds of millions of years. By pairing it with one of the world's longest steel arch bridges, the coin perfectly blends the natural and the man-made. The choice of the bridge was also symbolic. Opened in 1977, it reduced a 40-minute drive down winding mountain roads into a mere minute-long crossing, connecting communities and symbolizing West Virginia's spirit of resilience. Collectors immediately praised the design for its balance and depth. The fine details of the bridge in the gorge made the coin stand out among other state quarters released in the same year. When it entered circulation in 2005, the West Virginia quarter was greeted with enthusiasm. not only by residents of the state but also by collectors nationwide who admired its striking design. Many people set them aside as keepsakes. The U.S. Mint produced coins from three main mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The P and D mint marks can be found on circulation coins, while the S appears on proof coins, available in both clad and silver versions. Proof coins are particularly stunning. The mirror-like finish and sharp details highlight every line of the bridge, making them a favorite among collectors who value artistry as much as rarity. But what truly excites numismatists are the rare errors and varieties that sometimes slip through production. From double dies to off-center strikes, certain flawed West Virginia quarters have become valuable prizes in the world of coin collecting. Condition is another crucial factor in determining value. While circulated examples are common and typically worth face value, uncirculated coins in mint state condition are far more desirable. Professional grading services assign values based on preservation, and coins graded MS-67 or higher can attract significant interest from serious collectors. These high-grade examples are becoming harder to find as time passes. The West Virginia quarter also holds a special place in the broader story of the state quarters program. It represents the halfway point of the 50-state journey, making it a milestone for both collectors and the U.S. Mint. Many families who collected the quarters as they were released remember the West Virginia issue as one of the highlights. Its bold design made it stand out in quarter maps and albums across the country. The coin also serves as a reminder of the importance of infrastructure and innovation. The New River Gorge Bridge was a marvel in its time, and seeing it immortalized on a quarter reinforces its place in American history. For West Virginians, the coin is a source of state pride. It celebrates not only the landscape but also the determination of the people who worked to connect communities through the bridge's construction. Beyond state pride, the quarter has educational value. Teachers often use it to introduce students to West Virginia's geography, history, and even engineering achievements. A small coin becomes a teaching tool that sparks curiosity. The bridge itself remains a tourist attraction, drawing thousands of visitors each year. Having it represented on a coin allows people across the nation to connect with a place they may never have visited but now recognize. Collectors today continue to seek out the West Virginia quarter, especially in pristine condition or with unique errors. Its combination of history, symbolism, and beauty makes it an essential part of any state quarter collection. Stories often circulate of individuals discovering rare versions tucked away in rolls or pocket change. These exciting finds keep the hunt alive for both casual collectors and experts. As time goes on, the availability of untouched examples dwindles. Those who secured proof or mint state coins in 2005 now find that their value has grown as demand increases. The West Virginia quarter's popularity also ties into the larger success of the state quarters program, which introduced millions of Americans to numismatics and reignited a love for collecting. Even casual enthusiasts can appreciate the artistry of the coin. The sweeping arch of the bridge across the gorge reminds us that coins are not merely tools of commerce but also small canvases of national pride. For investors, the West Virginia quarter represents a coin with both aesthetic and financial potential. Its symbolic design and growing rarity ensure its place in the future of numismatic value. Ultimately, the 2005 West Virginia state quarter stands as a testament to the power of coinage to tell stories. It celebrates nature, progress, and identity in a way that resonates far beyond the borders of the state. And when it comes to its worth, certain rare and high-grade examples of the 2005 West Virginia Washington state quarter have been sold for as much as $85,000. Top 5. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden gems, and one of the most captivating modern issues is the Shenandoah quarter released in 2014. This coin, part of the America the Beautiful series, brings the breathtaking landscapes of Virginia's Shenandoah National Park to life on a small piece of metal. The America the Beautiful program began in 2010 and continued through 2021, showcasing national parks and historic sites from every state and U.S. territory. When Shenandoah was chosen in 2014, it was clear the design would highlight the majesty of nature rather than man-made monuments. The obverse of the coin is the timeless portrait of George Washington, first introduced to the quarter in 1932. His face remains the unifying element across the entire series, symbolizing leadership and continuity in America's coinage. The reverse of the Shenandoah quarter is where its story truly unfolds. The design shows a hiker standing on Little Stony Man, one of the park's most popular viewpoints, gazing out at the rolling Blue Ridge Mountains in the distance. It captures the beauty of exploration and the serenity of nature. The detail in the design is extraordinary. From the rocky cliff edges to the layers of distant mountains, the engraving reflects the natural wonders that make Shenandoah National Park such a treasured destination. The choice of a hiker as the central figure is symbolic as well. It represents adventure, resilience, and the human connection to nature. This makes the quarter more than just a coin, it becomes an invitation to experience the great outdoors. When it was released in 2014, the Shenandoah quarter immediately caught the attention of collectors. Many praised its dramatic yet peaceful imagery, calling it one of the most artistic designs in the America the Beautiful series. The U.S. Mint struck these coins at multiple locations. Circulation strikes came from Philadelphia and Denver, with mint marks P and D, while proof versions were produced in San Francisco, bearing the S mark. Collectors especially value the proof versions, which feature mirror-like fields and frosted designs. Silver proofs, struck in 90% silver, are even more desirable due to both their beauty and intrinsic value. As with all coins, errors and varieties make the Shenandoah quarter even more exciting. Off-center strikes, double dies, and other minting mistakes can transform an ordinary coin into a rare collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Condition also plays a major role in determining value. While circulated Shenandoah quarters are common, those preserved in mint state condition or graded MS-67 and above are far rarer and fetch strong premiums on the market. The Shenandoah quarter appeals not only to seasoned collectors but also to nature lovers and adventurers. For many, it's more than a coin, it's a reminder of the park's trails, overlooks, and endless beauty. Families who collect America the Beautiful quarters often single out the Shenandoah design as one of their favorites. Its sense of scale and connection to nature resonates with people of all ages. The coin also highlights the importance of national parks in American identity. By honoring Shenandoah, the quarter reminds us of the efforts to preserve natural beauty for future generations. The park itself, established in 1935, has long been a sanctuary for wildlife and a place of refuge for people seeking peace and inspiration. Having it immortalized on a quarter gives the park yet another layer of historical recognition. For many Virginians, the coin is a symbol of state pride. It celebrates a place beloved by locals and visited by millions of tourists each year, now shared with the nation through currency. The hiker in the design has become iconic in numismatics. Unlike most coins that feature static monuments, the Shenandoah quarter captures movement, perspective, and human interaction with the landscape. Collectors often point out that the Shenandoah quarter is one of the few coins that sparks emotion. The view from the mountaintop evokes a sense of freedom and achievement that resonates with anyone who has experienced the beauty of nature. The release of the quarter also boosted tourism to Shenandoah National Park. Many who discovered the coin were inspired to visit the park themselves, making the quarter both a collectible and a promotional symbol. The Shenandoah quarter continues to gain attention in numismatic circles, especially as pristine examples grow scarcer. Proof and high-grade uncirculated coins are often the centerpiece of America the Beautiful quarter collections. Stories of valuable finds keep interest alive. Some collectors have discovered rare errors or exceptionally high-grade coins in circulation, turning an ordinary pocket change find into a significant prize. The design also connects with the broader history of American art. Coins like the Shenandoah quarter remind us that currency can serve as small canvases for national stories and natural wonders. For investors, the Shenandoah quarter is a modern collectible with long-term potential. While many examples remain affordable, rare varieties in high grades can bring impressive returns. Even casual coin enthusiasts often save the Shenandoah quarter when they come across it. Its design is so striking that it feels more like a keepsake than a piece of spare change. The quarter has also become a favorite among teachers and historians who use it to discuss the importance of conservation and the role of national parks in preserving America's heritage. As time goes on, coins like the Shenandoah quarter will only grow more valuable, not just financially, but culturally. They preserve moments in history and share them with future generations. The Shenandoah quarter is proof that coins are more than currency. They are stories, monuments, and symbols condensed into metal, ready to be carried in pockets and passed through hands for decades. And when it comes to value, certain rare and high-grade examples of the 2014 Shenandoah Washington State Quarter have been sold for as much as $58,000. Top 6. The journey of the United States State Quarters program is one of the most remarkable chapters in modern coin collecting, and the Louisiana Quarter issued in 2002 is a shining example of how history, culture, and artistry can come together on a coin. This coin belongs to the 50 State Quarters program, a series that began in 1999 and became one of the most successful initiatives ever launched by the U.S. Mint. Each coin told a unique story of the state it represented, and when Louisiana's turn arrived in 2002, collectors were given a design filled with symbolism and heritage. The Louisiana Quarter is particularly special because it highlights the state's historical significance as well as its cultural vibrancy. Known for its music, cuisine, and diverse heritage, Louisiana had much to celebrate on its coin, and the chosen design reflected this richness. The obverse side of the quarter is the classic portrait of George Washington. His image has remained consistent across all the quarters in this program, linking each state's individuality to the broader story of the nation. The reverse design of the Louisiana Quarter is where the magic happens. The coin features the famous outline of the Louisiana Purchase territory, a trumpet with musical notes, and a pelican, the state bird. These elements together create a design that is both historic and artistic. The Louisiana Purchase outline reminds us of one of the most significant land acquisitions in U.S. history. In 1803, the United States purchased a vast territory from France, doubling the size of the nation and shaping its future. Louisiana was the gateway to this new expansion. The trumpet and musical notes represent Louisiana's unmatched contribution to the world of music. As the birthplace of jazz, the state has given the world one of its most influential art forms. The coin's design honors that vibrant cultural legacy. The pelican, depicted prominently on the coin, is Louisiana's state bird. It symbolizes resilience and generosity, qualities deeply connected with the state's history and identity. Its inclusion adds a touch of natural symbolism to the design. When this quarter entered circulation in 2002, it quickly caught the eye of collectors and casual users alike. The design stood out for its layered storytelling, and many people saved the coin as a keepsake. The Louisiana Quarter was minted at different facilities across the nation. Philadelphia coins carry a P mint mark, Denver coins bear a D, and San Francisco produced proof versions with the S mint mark in both clad and silver. The proof coins, particularly the silver versions, are especially popular among collectors. Their polished finishes and sharp details highlight every aspect of the trumpet, the pelican, and the Louisiana Purchase map. Error coins add another dimension of excitement to the Louisiana Quarter. Off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies can make certain coins rare and valuable, pushing their worth far beyond ordinary examples. Condition is also critical. A Louisiana Quarter that has circulated heavily might only be worth face value, but those preserved in mint state condition are far more desirable. Collectors prize coins graded MS67 or higher for their flawless luster and detail. The Louisiana Quarter is also historically significant within the broader State Quarters program. As the 18th coin issued in the series, it continued the momentum of a program that had captured the imagination of millions of Americans. Families who collected quarters as they were released often recall the Louisiana design as one of the most memorable. Its multiple symbols told a richer story than many other coins in the program. The trumpet element in the design became especially popular among jazz enthusiasts and music lovers. For them, this coin wasn't just currency, it was a tribute to the cultural heartbeat of New Orleans and beyond. The Louisiana Purchase outline also made the coin a valuable teaching tool. Educators used it to explain how the deal expanded the United States and changed the nation's destiny. A single coin became a classroom lesson in history. The pelican, with its calm and noble appearance, gave the coin a sense of balance and harmony. It connected the state's cultural heritage with its natural identity, making the design complete and well-rounded. collectors admire the Louisiana quarter for its complexity. Unlike coins with single symbols or monuments, this design weaves together history, culture, and nature into a single narrative. The coin also serves as a reminder of how state quarters brought coin collecting back into the mainstream. People of all ages began saving coins, filling maps, and learning about history through pocket change. Stories of rare and valuable Louisiana quarters continue to excite collectors. Some have stumbled upon proof errors or unusually high-grade examples, turning a casual find into a prized possession. The popularity of the Louisiana quarter has remained steady over the years. Its combination of iconic design and historical depth ensures it will always stand out in a complete state quarter collection. For residents of Louisiana, this coin carries state pride. It is a small but meaningful tribute to their home, immortalized on national currency for all to see. The Louisiana quarter also highlights the role of coins as cultural artifacts. Long after they stop circulating, these coins will remain as reminders of the values, identities, and achievements of their time. Numismatists often describe the Louisiana quarter as one of the most layered and meaningful designs in the entire 50-state quarters program. Its blend of imagery ensures it appeals to a wide range of collectors. Even today, new collectors often begin their journey with the Louisiana quarter, drawn by its artistic design and its ties to American history and culture. Over time, as more coins fall out of circulation or are locked away in collections, high-quality examples will only become rarer. This scarcity continues to drive value upward for the finest specimens. Ultimately, the Louisiana quarter from 2002 is more than just money. It is a celebration of history, music, nature, and state pride, beautifully captured on a piece of American coinage. And when it comes to value, certain rare and pristine examples of the 2002 Louisiana Washington state quarter have been sold for as much as $94,000. Top 7. The Minnesota State Quarter, released in 2005, is one of the most iconic coins from the 50-state quarters program. It represents not just the state's natural beauty but also its deep connection with lakes, wildlife, and outdoor traditions. When the United States Mint launched the state quarter program in 1999, each state was given the opportunity to showcase its culture and history on a coin. By the time Minnesota's turn arrived in 2005, anticipation was high among collectors and residents. The obverse of the Minnesota quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington. This design remained consistent throughout the series, tying each state's story to the legacy of the nation's first president, but the reverse side is where Minnesota's personality truly shines. The design chosen portrays a lake scene with a group of pine trees, a person fishing in a boat, and two common loons, the state bird, in flight above the water. This imagery captures the essence of Minnesota, often called the land of 10,000 lakes. The fishing scene reflects a beloved pastime for many residents, while the loons symbolize the natural beauty that thrives across the state. The tall pines add to the atmosphere, representing the dense forests that cover northern Minnesota. They stand as symbols of wilderness, resilience, and the enduring connection between people and nature. The loon, in particular, has a hauntingly beautiful call that echoes across lakes, making it one of the most memorable aspects of the state's wildlife. Featuring it on the coin made the design instantly recognizable. When this quarter was released, it resonated strongly with Minnesotans, who felt it perfectly represented their way of life. For collectors, it was one of the most picturesque designs in the entire program. The coin was struck at different mints, including Philadelphia and Denver, with proof versions created in San Francisco. These proof coins, especially the silver versions, are highly sought after for their mirror-like finishes and detailed imagery. Among the most exciting aspects of the Minnesota quarter are its famous error varieties. One of the most notable errors involves extra trees in the design, caused by die doubling. These extra tree varieties became highly collectible. Some Minnesota quarters feature 2, 3, or even more extra trees, leading to great demand among collectors. These unique errors turned ordinary pocket change into treasures worth examining closely. The popularity of these error coins boosted the reputation of the Minnesota quarter, making it one of the standout pieces from the 2005 releases. Many collectors specifically hunt for these varieties. Beyond errors, condition plays a huge role in value. Mint state examples with sharp detail and strong luster are far more desirable than circulated coins, which often show wear and dullness. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are considered gems, and they often command premium prices at auctions and among private collectors. The Minnesota quarter's design also appealed to outdoor enthusiasts nationwide, not just within the state. People who loved fishing, camping, or bird watching could relate to the tranquil lake scene depicted on the coin. The coin also became an educational tool. Teachers used it to highlight Minnesota's natural geography, its abundance of lakes, and the significance of the loon as a state symbol. Numismatists often rank the Minnesota quarter among the most artistic designs in the series. Its balance of natural scenery and symbolic imagery gives it a timeless appeal. Collectors who began with state quarters often remember the Minnesota coin as one that stood out because of its distinctive look and the excitement of its error varieties. The presence of errors also inspired more people to check their change carefully, hoping to find a valuable extra tree example. This made the Minnesota quarter one of the most talked about coins of its time. Even today, new discoveries of error varieties continue to spark interest, keeping the coin relevant and exciting for collectors. The Minnesota quarter is also a reminder of how coins can reflect local pride. For Minnesotans, this small piece of currency is a celebration of their heritage and landscape. The design also reinforces the importance of nature in the state's identity. With its lakes, forests, and wildlife, Minnesota is deeply tied to the outdoors, and this coin immortalizes that connection. The quarter program itself changed the way Americans thought about coins, turning everyday pocket change into something worth saving. Minnesota's coin is a shining example of why the program was so successful. Over the years, demand for high-grade Minnesota quarters and rare error versions has only increased, solidifying the coin's place among the most collectible of the series. The loons in flight across the coin give it a sense of movement, making it feel alive in a way that few other state quarters achieve. It's as if you can almost hear their call echoing across a quiet lake. For those who appreciate artistry, the Minnesota quarter remains one of the most visually striking designs, blending simplicity with storytelling in a way that is both elegant and powerful. As time passes, pristine examples of the coin become scarcer, and rare varieties gain even more value, ensuring that collectors will continue to treasure them. The Minnesota quarter from 2005 is not just a coin, it's a window into the state's soul, a tribute to its natural wonders, and a collector's dream when found in rare or perfect condition. And some of these rare and exceptional Minnesota-Washington state quarters have reached a remarkable value of $80,000. Top 8. The Fort McHenry quarter, released in 2013, is one of the most powerful coins in the America the Beautiful series. It does more than display an iconic landmark, it captures a defining moment in American history. Fort McHenry, located in Baltimore, Maryland, is forever linked with the War of 1812 and the birth of the United States national anthem. Its defense against the British in 1814 inspired Francis Scott Key to write the words that became the Star-Spangled Banner. The America the Beautiful program, which began in 2010, featured national parks, monuments, and historic sites from across the country. Each design told a story, and Fort McHenry's story was one of resilience, patriotism, and national pride. The obverse of the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan and adapted over the years, this image connects every quarter in the program to the nation's first president. The reverse is where the artistry of the Fort McHenry quarter shines. The design depicts the fort during a fireworks display, symbolizing not only the Defenders' Day celebrations held annually in Baltimore but also the spirit of victory and freedom. The fireworks imagery captures the sense of triumph that followed the fort's successful defense. It serves as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, resilience and courage can light up the sky. The fort itself is shown in fine detail, its strong walls representing both protection and perseverance. For many, this design is a tribute to the idea that the nation's strength lies in its ability to endure. When this coin was released, it resonated deeply with collectors and history enthusiasts alike. The design stood out for its bold imagery, making it one of the more striking coins of 2013. Fort McHenry quarter was minted in Philadelphia and Denver for circulation, while San Francisco struck proof and silver proof versions for collectors. Each mintmark version has its own appeal in the numismatic market. The silver-proof editions, in particular, highlight the fireworks in stunning detail, with the mirror-like background providing a brilliant contrast to the raised designs. These proofs are favorites among serious collectors. Error varieties add another dimension of interest. Some Fort McHenry quarters display minor doubling or striking flaws that make them unique, and such errors often carry a premium value. As with all collectible coins, condition is essential. Circulated examples are common and typically worth face value, but uncirculated pieces with high grades are where the real value lies. Collectors often seek coins graded MS-67 or higher, as these flawless examples show every detail of the fireworks and the fort without blemish or wear. The story behind the coin is as captivating as the design itself. Francis Scott Key, after witnessing the fort's defense, was moved to write words that would become immortal. This connection to the anthem gives the coin special patriotic significance. Every time someone looks at the Fort McHenry quarter, they are reminded not only of a historic battle but of the enduring symbol of the American flag flying over the fort. The fireworks depicted on the coin also connect to present-day traditions. Each year, Defenders Day celebrates the bravery of those who defended the fort, and fireworks are a central part of the event. This design bridges past and present, showing how history continues to inspire celebration and unity. Few coins manage to capture this sense of continuity so effectively. The Fort McHenry quarter also highlights how coins are not just money, they are storytellers, carrying the weight of history in their designs. Collectors who specialize in historical themes often prize this coin because of its ties to national identity and the anthem. It is not just a collectible but a piece of American heritage. The coin also has educational value. Teachers often use it as a visual aid to discuss the War of 1812, the importance of Fort McHenry, and the origins of the national anthem. In this way, the coin serves multiple roles, as currency, as a collectible, and as a teaching tool that connects younger generations with the nation's past. The design's focus on fireworks also makes it unique within the America the Beautiful program. While most coins feature landscapes or monuments, this one conveys energy, celebration, and emotion. Collectors admire its sense of motion and drama, which sets it apart from quieter, more static designs in the series. It is a coin that feels alive over time. The Fort McHenry quarter has gained a reputation as one of the most memorable designs of the 2013 releases, both for its artistry and its powerful story. As more collectors recognize its significance, demand for pristine examples continues to rise, especially for rare proof and high-grade varieties. The Fort McHenry quarter is more than a collectible, it is a tribute to endurance, a celebration of freedom, and a reminder of the anthem that unites Americans. At every event where it is sung, numismatists often describe it as a coin that embodies patriotism in metal form. Its connection to fireworks, flags, and fortresses makes it a design filled with symbolism. For both casual collectors and dedicated enthusiasts, the Fort McHenry quarter remains a must-have, representing one of the most iconic landmarks in the country's history. And in terms of value, certain rare and high-quality examples of the 2013 Fort McHenry Washington State quarter have reached as much as $62,000. Top 9. The Homestead quarter, released in 2015, is one of the most meaningful coins in the America the Beautiful series. It captures not only the history of Nebraska but also the essence of survival, independence, and the pioneer spirit. The America the Beautiful program was launched in 2010 to honor national parks, historic sites, and monuments across the United States. Each coin tells a different story, and the Homestead quarter stands as a tribute to the roots of American settlement. The obverse of the quarter, as with all in the series, features George Washington. His iconic portrait links every coin back to the foundations of the United States and its first president. It is the reverse design, however, that makes the Homestead quarter so captivating. The image shows a log cabin with water pumping from two hands on either side, and rows of corn representing agriculture at the bottom. This design symbolizes the three things essential to survival for early homesteaders: food, shelter, and water. Together, these elements highlight how pioneers built lives and communities from the ground up. The log cabin represents home, safety, and a place of belonging. For settlers in Nebraska, Such homes were often built from sod or wood, creating the first permanent foundations of society on the frontier. The water pump reflects how settlers drew water for drinking, cooking, and farming. Access to water was a matter of life and death, making this element central to the story of survival. The corn, stretching across the bottom of the design, represents the food and agricultural success that sustained generations. It is also a powerful symbol of Nebraska, where farming remains a cornerstone of the state's identity. The Homestead Quarter was released early in 2015, and it instantly captured the attention of collectors. Its design felt personal and deeply connected to the history of everyday Americans. It was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with each facility producing circulation strikes, proofs, and silver-proof versions. Each type holds its own special place in the market. Proof versions of the coin, especially in silver, display the cabin and water in exceptional detail. The mirror-like background contrasts beautifully with the raised design, making the symbol's pop. Era varieties of the Homestead Quarter became especially famous. Some coins were struck with unusual doubling, while others displayed extra water droplets or unusual lines near the pump. These errors created a buzz in the collecting world, with certain varieties fetching far higher prices than standard coins. They gave collectors an exciting reason to check their pocket change. Beyond errors, condition is vital. Circulated Homestead Quarters are common, but those preserved in mint state condition, with sharp details and original luster, carry greater value. Collectors often look for coins graded MS-67 or higher, as these flawless examples are far rarer and significantly more desirable. The Homestead Quarter also carries a symbolic weight beyond its imagery. It represents not just Nebraska, but the idea of home itself, something that resonates universally. For many families, this coin sparked conversations about ancestors, pioneers, and the struggles of those who first carved out lives on the plains. It also became an educational tool. Teachers often used the design to explain westward expansion, the Homestead Act of 1862, and the resilience of settlers who shaped the Midwest. The coin reminds us that history isn't only about battles and leaders. It is also about ordinary people, their survival, and their dreams for a better life. Numismatists often rank the Homestead Quarter among the most thoughtful designs of the America the Beautiful series because of its layered symbolism and emotional resonance. The combination of a cabin, water, and corn makes the design stand out as both simple and powerful. Each detail tells part of a larger story of settlement and perseverance. For residents of Nebraska, this coin carries special pride. It honors their state's heritage and the enduring spirit of those who first made it their home. The Homestead Quarter also speaks to the values of hard work, independence, and community, qualities that continue to shape the identity of Nebraska and the nation. Collectors cherish this coin not only for its historical story but also for its artistic beauty. The balance of its imagery gives it a timeless appeal. Over the years, the Homestead Quarter has earned a reputation as one of the most memorable issues of the 2015 releases, both for its design and for the excitement created by its error varieties. Demand for high-grade examples and unusual errors continues to grow, keeping the Homestead Quarter relevant and highly collectible in the numismatic world. This coin is proof that quarters are more than small change, they are pieces of art and history. Carrying stories of who we are and where we came from, the Homestead Quarter reminds us that the story of America is one of perseverance, family, and the pursuit of a place to call home. And some rare, high-quality examples of the 2015 Homestead Washington State Quarter have been sold for as much as $55,000. Top 10. The Texas State Quarter, released in 2004, is one of the most popular and eye-catching coins in the entire 50 State Quarters program. It captures the independence, pride, and iconic imagery of the Lone Star State in a design that stands out among all the others. The 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, gave every state a chance to showcase its unique history and culture on the back of the quarter. By the time Texas's turn came in 2004, anticipation was high, and the result did not disappoint. The obverse of the coin features George Washington's portrait, the same design used throughout the program. His image connects all 50 states together through a unifying national symbol. It is the reverse of the Texas Quarter, however, that carries the state's bold personality. The design showcases the outline of Texas, a large star over it, and a rope encircling the image. Each element speaks volumes about the state's heritage. The outline of Texas is instantly recognizable. Its shape is known across the country and around the world, symbolizing independence, pride, and identity. Few states have such a distinctive silhouette. The large star over the outline represents the Lone Star State. It is a symbol of Texas's independent spirit and its time as an independent republic before joining the Union in 1845. Surrounding the design is a lariat, or rope, symbolizing the state's cowboy and ranching traditions. This touch ties the coin back to Texas's deep roots in cattle, ranches, and Western culture. The simplicity of the design makes it powerful. With just a few key symbols, the Texas quarter communicates the state's history, pride, and cultural identity in a way that is bold and unforgettable. When the coin was released in 2004, it was immediately embraced not only by Texans but also by collectors nationwide. Its design made it one of the standout quarters of the entire series. The Texas quarter was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia and Denver for circulation strikes. San Francisco also produced clad and silver-proof versions that are highly prized among collectors. The proof versions, particularly the silver proofs, highlight the star and lariat with sharp detail and brilliant contrast. These coins remain popular for their craftsmanship and beauty. Some Texas quarters also feature error varieties, making them even more desirable. Off-center strikes, doubled dies, or weak strikes can result in rare and valuable pieces. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. Circulated examples are common, but uncirculated or mint state versions are far more collectible. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are especially rare and often sell for impressive sums. The luster, sharpness of detail, and lack of blemishes are what separate ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. The Texas quarter also stands out in the 50-state quarters series because of its bold, patriotic symbolism. Many collectors consider it among the most striking designs. For Texans, this coin is more than just currency. It is a token of state pride and a reminder of their unique history as an independent republic before becoming part of the United States. The Lone Star symbol carries deep meaning, not just within Texas but throughout the country. It has become a symbol of independence, resilience, and determination. The lariat circling the design adds a sense of movement and tradition. It reminds us of cowboys, rodeos, and the state's contributions to Western culture. The Texas quarter is also popular among non-collectors. Many people who simply love Texas or have ties to the state saved the coin as a keepsake when it was released. Over the years, the coin has only grown in popularity. Its powerful symbolism, combined with its scarcity in higher grades, makes it a consistent favorite among collectors. The educational value of the coin is also significant. Teachers often use it to explain Texas history, its independence, and its role in shaping the American West. The Texas quarter connects history with culture in a way that resonates across generations. It is both a work of art and a history lesson in miniature. Numismatists often highlight the Texas quarter as a perfect example of how effective coin design can be: simple, symbolic, and instantly recognizable. It also serves as a reminder of the impact the 50-state quarters program had on coin collecting. Millions of Americans became interested in coins because of this program. The Texas design, with its bold star and rope border, was one of the coins that inspired countless people to save their quarters and begin collections. As time passes, high-grade examples of the Texas quarter will only become scarcer, increasing their value and importance in collections. Even casual coin hunters are always on the lookout for rare mint errors or pristine Texas quarters, hoping to find a hidden treasure. The Texas quarter is a perfect blend of state pride, artistry, and collectability, making it one of the highlights of the entire state quarter program. And for the rarest and most pristine examples, the Texas Washington State quarter from 2004 has been known to reach as high as $84,000.